Bitcoin is currently caught in between these two lines. So the EMA line on the weekly time frame, which is the 200 EMA line. Look, it's sitting on it exactly. Price at the moment is 69,000 something dollars. But then on the daily time frame, it's sitting on, it's trying to push and resisting with the 9 EMA. Okay, so it's caught in between these two lines. So it has a bottom on the weekly and a top on the daily. So that's why it's squashed in between. In fact, we saw a couple of green days for Bitcoin and for crypto in general. Of course, if Bitcoin goes up, everything will go up. Bitcoin is the driver as usual. But as you see, I mean, this is the daily time frame. So this week was quite flat. So of course, a bit of up and down, but we didn't go lower than what it was from 7 to 8 days. Okay, now, in fact, if you go here and effectively in the last 7 days, it's up just a little Bitcoin. Okay, and crypto in general. So same thing, of course, happened in Ethereum, same exact movement on the Solana. Solana actually is pushing a bit more, to be honest. It's now at 87, almost $88. So when if you go back to Bitcoin, right now the challenge is to push through this 9 EMA line, which of course is acting as a resistance level. Today is Saturday, 14th February. If it manages to push through this EMA line standing at 69,600 where it's sitting now, the next EMA line, which is the 20, would be the 74,000. So, and from here to here, traffic is very minimal. So it would be a very, very interesting week. Stochastic RSI is reaching the overbought area, but that can mean a lot and can mean nothing at the same thing, okay? And the squeeze momentum is fading red. So it's going to be interesting this couple of days. I mean, it's still very, very early days, in my opinion, to see if this is actually the bottom of Bitcoin, or if we are seeing it way up, or is just a short consolidation or slight reversal before it continues the bear market. As you see, this is the trend line on the weekly time frame. Okay, so we're still on the same trend line. We need to see if it manages to push up from the support zone here of the 200 EMA to go all the way up, at least to try and test again the trend line at some point or another during the next weeks. So of course, this will take some time, definitely not from one day to another. And then we need to see when and how this can manage to break this trend line and we have a break of structure, and then we can see some interesting stuff over there. So basically, that's it for crypto. The S&P 500 this week had a couple of rough days as well. We had a strong red candle on Thursday. But overall, as you see, it's very, very, very moving sideways for some days now, a couple of 3-4 weeks, 2-3 weeks at least, going up and then going down. So it's pretty stable. On the weekly time frame, we're still on the uptrend, although the last week was mostly reddish, but still for now supporting with the 20 as it is 20 EMA line here. Okay, so in terms of stocks, we are seeing a lot of blood in the tech stocks. Okay, Microsoft, for example, is continuing its bear momentum, but also Amazon. Amazon is a daily time frame. Look at Amazon this week, suffered a lot of downtrend movement. Many investors are seeing this as a buying opportunity. Of course, it's I mean, look, considering the strength and the fundamental of Amazon, this can be seen as a very good entry price. But it depends. No one can know if it will go down further or not. The EMA lines are still pointing down. Okay, we are totally over trend movement. Many investors are seeing this as a buying opportunity. Of course, it's I mean, look, considering the 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 strength and the fundamental of Amazon, this can be seen as a very good entry price. But it depends. No one can know if it will go down further or not. The EMA lines are still pointing down. Okay. We are totally oversold here, sorry. But it can stay there for a long time. But we're seeing some blood in the tech and consumer also market as well. Finally, to finish with metals, silver and gold, both I think they're practically the same. After the strong red candle we had a couple of weeks ago, it stayed traveling sideways. Same thing, a bit up, a bit down, mostly consolidating in a sideways movement. Trying to push through the next EMA lines, but it's still not managing to go through. And this is on the daily time frame. The previous support then would be at, in terms of silver, it will be at $70. Yeah, so that was pretty much the weekly weekly market update. Okay, nothing bullish so far in all the areas, even though in crypto was a couple of green days, but definitely we're in a bearish momentum. So for now, things are consolidating, but of course, one has to be careful because momentum is not bullish at all from what we are seeing this week. Okay, of course, as usual, none of this is financial advice. It's just how I interpret and read the market. Always do your own research and always consult a licensed professional before you do anything with your money. Stop.